Tell me what you thought about what you saw on Sunday. The Browns and Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, off the top, you knew the level of competition wasn't great, but it's, so what? You have to play the teams that are on your schedule, and
you'd rather play the good teams now.
And you certainly would rather beat a team like Miami than lose to it. So, but I think the way they went about doing it does offer some hope that they'll beat, some good teams too, because of the way they, the things I pointed out were that they got Beckham and Landry and Chubb and Hunt to a lesser degree, but those three, they got them all involved in a game plan.
They did,
and I'll give Freddie Kitchens credit. We took him to task when it didn't seem like he knew what he wanted to do with the offensive personnel.
Right.
And since Kareem Hunt has come back, it's been pretty seamless that those guys have worked together, and I think they're a different offense now because of it.
Here's how I look at it when you're talking about the level of competition. Not whether you beat them by a lot of points or not, but are you ever in a situation where you're going to lose control of the game? It never dawned on me, even when Miami made a little run, it didn't dawn on me that the Browns were going to give up the game and lose it.
And I think they kind of needed it because they needed that kind of game, where they're up 28-3 and they pretty much can pick whatever they want to do on a series, run, pass, and get both of them done successfully. But prior to that, we know that it took like a last-minute drive to beat Buffalo.
Correct.
It took a throw into the middle of the end zone by Baker, or that's a 14-7 game. So it's not like they really, flexed their muscles offensively against either Buffalo or Pittsburgh. I think it helped them. It should help them that they were able to go in and do some things, get a lot of people involved. And let's face it, they don't play any really good teams other than Baltimore. The rest of the way.
All right. So if you're the defensive coordinator for anybody, let's take Pittsburgh. We'll take Cincinnati or whoever you want. Sometimes it's simplistic to say, well, you got to stop so and so from doing such and such. What do you do with the Browns? If you're looking at this game on paper, and today is now Tuesday, and they got to get a defensive game plan, what the heck do you do with the Cleveland Browns?
I think you have to decide that you're going to try to shut down Chubb. If you can, and I'm not saying that's an easy task by any means, but I think that has to be your focus, because you can take a chance of Baker not being accurate, guys running poor routes possibly, but the one thing you can't combat is if Nick Chubb is finding gaps in your defense, because it's going to be 25-yard gains during the course of the game, and it's going to be 2nd and 2 a lot. So I think that's probably what they're going to try to do, Pittsburgh, is come and say, what can we take away? We're going to try to take Nick Chubb away and take our chances.
I think we all know the NFL is a copycat league, right? I heard Bernie Kosar on radio today, and he was one of the guys posed the question of has the NFL turned back to being a running league? And Bernie agreed. Bernie said that the run now leads to the pass as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, I think. Sometimes it does. You'll see teams, and the Browns have done this, where they come out less in their first series or two. They're throwing the ball more than people want to see them do.
Well, maybe to see what the defense is doing when they do that.
Yeah. So I don't think you have to come out and say, I'm going to run the ball early, get a lead, and then what? Then throw the ball? No, I think a lot of teams will come out and try to use the pass to get an early lead. And then if you have Chubb and Kareem Hunt in your backfield with a 14-point lead, that's going to be a long day for the opposition.
How about this for an innovative offensive weaponry? You have the first 20 plays scripted, right? Why don't you that's all you need. Just run it the second time, the third time,
you
the
don't
fourth
think they'll
time.
catch on?
You don't have to get to 21.
I do know that, teams come out when they do that with the scripted plays, and they're looking to see how defenses are going to defend certain things.
And then they use it later in the game.
And if they find out that they don't have a good idea of how to defend something, you'll see them come back to that.
Well, they put that in their pocket and they save it for when they think they need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has there ever been a press conference leading up to a game, like for example, Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin today talking about the Browns and any other coaches? Has there been a press conference where they have ever not said they're well coached?
Oh no, they have.
That's mandatory.
Yeah,
that's in the scripted 20 things you say.
I did hear Tomlin say one thing that I never have heard him say about a quarterback today.
That?
And maybe we'll have it on when he was asked about Devlin Hodges, the third-string quarterback who's going to start. They asked him what his expectations were, and he said, I try not to put expectations on it. There's not enough of a resume. I don't want to load his plate up with more expectations. I'm just hoping, or I just want him not to kill us. How's that? Go get him, guy. Don't kill us.
Run, Knute Rockne, run through that wall immediately.
And